Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So I'm just going to paste the topic for today. Let me just pin it. And the topic for today is why your situation with him feels so confusing and what he's really showing you. So I wanted to talk today a bit about hot and cold and kind of guys that give you a lot of mixed signals and you're confused. You're constantly trying to figure out, does he like you? Does he not like you? What is going on? What does he mean? Are you guys going to be in a relationship? Does he see you as something serious? Does he not see you as something serious? Like a lot to figure out there. And this is where a lot of women come to me and they go like, Greta, what does it mean? So I want to talk about today two reasons why these confusing situations happen and where you kind of go like, I need clarity and I also need to know like what to do about this. Because the thing is, many times when a guy is giving you confusing signals, you don't need to dump him. It's not always a game, because a lot of times guys give you confusion because they are confused about you. So there is two reasons. One reason, he is confused about you. This is why he's giving you confusion. The second reason is it's his style of dating. So he has learned a lot of pickup artist strategies and he thinks this is what women get hooked on. So he's like intentionally giving you mixed signals, intentionally giving you hot and cold, thinking that this is what's going to make you fall in love with him. So the second one is a disaster. I would say like stay away from this because you'll get into really toxic relationships just because a guy has this mindset that you have to be toxic in order for a woman to want you. So until he actually heals himself, fixes himself, and actually actively changes his mindset, you're gonna go nowhere with this guy because he'll constantly give you drama because he will think that this is what women like. However, with the first guy, who is confusing you because he's confused himself about you, you can actually work with that. And you can have really happy, healthy relationships from it. And this is what I coach. This is what I've been coaching and focusing on for the last 9 years. Because a lot of times women come to me and we go like, oh, he's not, we've been friends with benefits for years, or we have been in this casual situation for years, or he ghosted me, or he's not replying to my messages, or why did he step back, or I've been crying all the time and sharing my feelings and emotions, and he seemed to be into me before, but now he's left me, or I give so much and he's taking me for granted. It seems like he lost interest, or I don't know what's happening, but the chemistry is not there anymore, and I'm the one that's always chasing and giving the affection and etc. So by doing all of these things, what you ladies are doing, you're confusing him. The reason you're confusing him because he doesn't know how he feels about you, because there is some things that you're doing that you're actually turning him off unintentionally. And how women turn guys off unintentionally is when we start to treat men like their girlfriends. Then we start to give men thinking, oh, I want this from a man. Like, I really want this from a man. I want attention from a man. I want caring from a man. In order for me to bond as a woman with a man, I need to talk to him every day. I need to call him every day. I need to talk about my feelings and emotions. I need to have deep conversations. This is how, as a woman, this is what, as a woman, I need from a man in order to feel in love, in order to bond with him. And women automatically start to think like, If this is what I need, this is what a man needs from me as well in order to bond with me. But this is not what guys need in order to fall in love with you. And if you're gonna behave with him and talk to him, over communicate with him too much over the depths of your heart, your all the intimate details, your deep stories, you're just gonna overwhelm him and he's just gonna step back. It's gonna be too much emotion for him. Men are not designed to handle so much emotion on regular basis, like on daily basis or even a couple times a week. Men are more logical. We are protectors. Think about it, ladies, a bit logically. If you're designed to be a protector, right? When you have too much emotion in you, you can't focus on protection. You're focusing on your feelings too much, on the other person's feelings too much. If your protector was designed like that, he would not be able to protect you because he's not logical enough. Right? So men are wired differently. He's protector. So you need to be with him a bit more logical, a bit more light. This is how he will bond with you. He will bond with you when you're light, when you're funny, when you're joking, when you're sassy, when you're sexy, when you're feminine and kind without getting too deep. Sometimes you can get a bit deeper because you're obviously a woman and you have all your emotions and stuff like that. But when you get deeper, after you being deeper, a lot of times guys step back a little bit. We don't step back because we don't like you. We just kind of step back in order to get back to their protection mode because now he feels a little bit too feminine. You just, gave him a bit too much of femininity. So he feels a little bit like, I need to become a man again. So he might go boxing, he might take on sports, he might do some things with his guy friends to kind of man up a bit, to recharge his logical side. And in order for him to recharge that, he needs to step away from you a little bit. So don't take it personally. If you don't want guys to step away from you much, well, then you're going to have to be just a bit funny and sassy and a bit on a lighter side. The deeper you will be, the more you will need space from you, the more you will need breaks from you. So keep that in mind. So what as a woman you should do when you feel really emotional, you want to talk about your day, you need to have constantly deep conversations, etc. You know what you need? Female friends. To a female friend, you can lay it all out every single day, get a good female friend, and you can, be deep with each other every day, talk about your feelings and etc. You go back home to a man, keep your best side, stay lighthearted, etc. And you might be like, oh, but I want the guy to be my best friend, my soulmate, my everything. Well, guys, no one is designed in this world to be your everything. That's too much pressure on one person. It's like the guy would want you to be a cleaner, a fantastic cook, a housewife, a business owner, look 10 out of 10, so you have the most amazing butt and the most amazing, everything else. Like that, your hair, like nobody can be your everything. And putting so much pressure on a person actually makes the person step back because we can't live. We need space to breathe. We need to focus on their own kind of things as well that we need, their hobbies, their work, everything else, not just about you. It's actually a very narcissistic trait from a woman as well, like when everything just has to be about her. If a guy makes everything about you, you guys will have no money. He won't be able to provide for you. You'll be like so focused on you, you'll forget about his business, about everything else, So one of the things why guys step back from a woman and get a bit confused is when we start to feel so much pressure from your depth, from you talking about intimate things, deep things all the time. This makes them confused because we go like, I can't handle this woman full time. it's too much for me. Like, it's too much stress, it's too much pressure. And when you ladies cry on top of that daily, etc., he's like, oh, this is so much pressure. Like, I have to focus on my work. I have to focus on so many things. It's too much pressure. So this is guys get confused, and then we act confused. Because he's like, I can't do this long term, so I will keep this girl as casual, or she's a nice person, but like I don't see her for my future because it's too much. And you're still a good woman, you're just kind of not understanding differences between men and women, and due to that, things are just basically not working out. All you really need in this case is just a little bit more understanding, a little bit more clarity. I actually have a video for sale, how to make him fall in love with you with no games, and I talk about differences between men and women in that video in detail, and I talk about this as well, and you can get that video through my website. The link is in my bio. I think it's like on top of the page. Okay, so confusion. So this is why men get confused. Another one which kind of relates to that is when a woman is needy. And needy women are really, really draining. Needy women are draining not just to men, needy women are draining to other women as well. If you have, as a woman, let's say, a lot of time on your hands, and you have a needy friend, you might bond with each other because you're just talking about yourselves all the time, and you're kind of fulfilling each other's kind of attention needs, right? Now, if as a woman you're busy and you have work and you have many, many things to do, and you have a needy friend, you will get overwhelmed. You don't have time for this. With a man, if a man is in charge and he is, doing, providing, protecting, all of that, and on top of that, you're needy, he just doesn't have time for that. It's too much. It's too much about you. Neediness is more like attention seeking from a man. Men fall in love with women when they seek attention from you. He needs to feel like, oh, I miss her so much, I need to get in touch with her. I miss her so much. How can I charm her? I miss her so much. What can I buy for her? I miss her so much. What gift can I give her? I miss her so much. What surprise can I make her? I miss her so much. How affectionate can I be with her? I love her so much. How can I sweep her off her feet, and intimacy and etc. When men are in touch with you, when we are needy of you, that's when we're falling in love. When you're needy of a man, it's more like you're pursuing. You're needy, you're pursuing, you're looking for attention, and as a result, he steps back. This is why he gets confused. You're needy, you're pursuing, you're too deep, you're too emotional. Remember, ladies, if you will not accept that men and women are different, you will not move anywhere in relationships. If you will follow this BS idea that men and women are the same, that we have the same emotional needs, that we have the same physical needs, that we have everything the same, you will fail in your relationships, or you're going to be dating men that are insanely feminine and that you are not attracted to. When a man, like I have a lot of clients from UK that are struggling because they got married to feminine men. And you know what happens with a lot of men that are feminine? We don't have intimacy for years. It's not enough testosterone in there. It's like you get married to a guy, you're thinking I'm gonna live happily ever after, and you're living like roommates because the guy doesn't have enough of testosterone in him. Like you wait until marriage to have intimacy, and then you live like roommates because you have the guy doesn't have any testosterone in him because you married another girl. That's what happens when women think like men and women are the same. Men should be emotional, and you get married to like another emotional man, and now you're the man in a relationship because somebody needs to be less emotional, because when all the people are emotional in the whole relationship, it's like, who's gonna be logical? Who's gonna put things forward? Who's gonna have some strategy? Relationships and marriage is about complementing each other. It's not about, emotional roller coasters and just being needy with one another and just talking about feelings and emotions. I remember when I used to talk about my feelings and emotions to my friends in detail. I feel this and da da da. You know how old I was? 7. 7, 8, 7, a child. Now women go like sometimes and go, Greta, I would love to go for a coffee and talk about, personal stuff. It's like, honey, I'm not 10 years old anymore. My personal stuff is running my business, being logical, thinking how to pay my bills, how to survive, what needs to be done here, what needs to be done here, by being mature. Not like, oh, I feel this and I feel that and he da-da and like mature. Mature women men want mature women, not immature girls. Men play with immature girls. Men get confused with immature girls. We go like, okay, I'm attracted towards her. She looks fantastic. She's kind. I can see her femininity. She's a girl, but there is too much emotion there, and that emotion makes him feel overwhelmed and confused about you. And when he starts to give you mixed signals, not because he wants to give you mixed signals, but because he's naturally giving you mixed signals. For example, maybe you are dating a guy and you're bonding with him, right? You're light and happy and da da da, and you meet up and you have the best time ever. And he's talking about the future and he's like there and he's traveling to you and, he's sweeping you off your feet. And when you have a deep conversation where you laid your heart on a plate, you told him about all your feelings and emotions, and now suddenly he's stepping back and he's not traveling to you anymore. He's like, oh, I don't know how I feel, da da da. And then you're like, oh, this guy is giving me so many mixed signals. Yeah, because you just turned him off. Where did you turn him off? By wearing your heart on a sleeve, by saying, where is this going? By, even if a guy is leading you and he says he's talking about the future and marriage and all of that, don't start to take over. Like stay chill. Stay chill. Let him lead you. If he's leading you on, let him kind of keep leading you. Don't jump in and overtake it, because now you're overtaking it and he's stepping back. If he's telling you, I want to get married, I want to have children with you, and then a week or 2 weeks he didn't mention it, and now you're saying, oh, I realize I really love you and I really want to marry you and have children with you and da da da, you'll actually turn him off by that, because he needs to keep leading you. Like for him to marry you, he needs to feel like he is leading you, he is organizing it, he is making this happen. So whenever he mentions it, you can be receptive, and when he steps back, you step back. Again, he mentions it and takes another step, you're receptive. He steps back, you step back. You never go like, oh, remember the time when you were saying this, and then it'll be like, oh, have to, like, there's some little things that ChatGPT will not teach you, but only a coach with 9 years experience will know, so it's like, and these little things is where the detail is at, and these little things is what make and break the relationship, right? Let me give you some other things that make a man kind of confused about you. So I said emotional, like when you're nice and kind, emotional, da da da. Okay, when you start to show your bad side, ladies, control your bad side. If a guy is a bad boy, okay, he may not get turned off by your bad side, because, like attracts like, meaning not like attracts like, but more like likes, because you have common beliefs and common interests, right? But if a guy is a good man and you have a bad side and he's actually a good man, you will look at it as a negative. He will want you to be good because likes, right? So like, for example, if a guy controls his emotions, if he's like da 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 da, he's a good man, he will want you to be a good woman. So you'll have to improve yourself and you will have to learn how to control your emotions, learn how to speak in a better manner, so he starts to see you as a marriage material. So this is kind of like when you change your behavior, a guy starts to see you as a marriage material, and how he treats you starts to change. So when a guy is losing attraction for you, he's not going to treat you good. He's going to ghost you. He's going to talk to other girls. He's not going to listen what you're saying because he's losing attraction for you. And when he's into you, he will listen to every word that comes out of your mouth. He will ask you questions. He will treat you right? So the same guy can treat you bad if he's losing attraction for you, and the same guy can treat you really well if he's into you. A guy loses attraction or he doesn't, that depends not on him, that depends on you. Ladies, please remember, I feel like this is like literally golden message. It depends on you. Is he losing attraction for you or not? And this is not something majority of the time that comes across shallow. It's not usually looks, because if it would depend on you that you always have to look insanely good for him to be attracted to you, you would not be able to sustain it long term, because it's impossible. There will always be more beautiful girls. We age as we grow, the hormones change, things change. So majority of the time is not the looks. Majority of the time, psychology. You're behaving in the unattractive ways. This is why he's losing attraction for you. So take responsibility. I would say don't get offended. Take responsibility. Because it's actually I find that taking responsibility is such an amazing thing, because it means you can change things and you can improve things. When you don't take responsibility and you just shift the blame, you just blame the guy, you just blame the person, that's when you have no control over anything. When you take responsibility, you have control over your feelings, your emotions, how you respond to situations, whether you're behaving low value or high value. You take control of everything. So you're very, you know what to do. So a guy finds you attractive, you know what to do, so he loses interest in you. When you don't take this responsibility, then you're lost. And you put the blame on him, then you're lost. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to behave. You just follow your feelings and do the chaos and all of that, and you're not in charge of anything. That way you're not in charge. Is he into you or not into you? The only way you're in charge, is he into you or not into you, is when you take responsibility and behave, and know how to behave a correct high-value ways. If you ladies want one-on-one coaching towards that, I actually added a couple more packages which are much cheaper what I have or used to have. So then 2 new packages that I added. One is like a email breakdown of your situation. It's only £50. Before, my cheapest package was £125 and it was a phone call. Now it's like I have 1 new package, email breakdown of a situation, £50. And I have another email breakdown of a situation with screenshots attached. It's £85. And of course, after that, we have £125, a phone call, 40 minutes, or the monthly packages, which are 400, 500, 700, etc. But what I'm saying, if you're stuck, if you need clarity, if you have a situation, there are options for you there. You can get the coaching so you don't make mistakes. You take the control in your hands and you know the steps, what to do and how to behave. So this is kind of like a rough idea of a guy that's confusing you. It's because he's confused about you. Now the other guy, this guy drives me crazy as well. This type drives me crazy because it's just, oh, it's so sad. I find this type so sad and just sad and pathetic and a pig and just disgusting and just stupid and etc. Like, and I know actually a guy like that, and I know men like that in the past, and there's a lot of I know a lot of men like that actually from the past and at the time being, and I just find it so insanely annoying because you literally just want to hit a person with a pan. I'm joking. But it's that type of guy that really believes in pickup artist strategies, and they just do really stupid stuff because they think that this is what a woman finds attractive. And when you call him out on it, he says, I'm joking, or he just puts the blame on you. So, for example, maybe he did something disgusting towards you and he's done 10 things wrong. And instead of apologizing, he says, but you did this to me. And when he makes that one small thing that you did to him insanely big, that overpowers those 100 bad things that he has done to you. So instead of apologizing and coming to you with gifts and flowers and taking responsibility for his behavior and saying, I'm not going to do this BS again, instead of that, he gaslights you and he says, but you did this, and he focuses on that and kind of destroys you with that. Another thing what guys like this do, they say something really stupid or something very disrespectful, or ask you for something very disrespectful, and when you say no or you call him out, he just says, I'm just joking, which is like a backup that he has in his mind, and it kind of like, in a way, like excuses his behavior in a form of like, oh, if I'm just joking, which is never a joke. He's being serious. He's just like, when you say like it's a joke, you can't prove it. Is he being serious or not? But it's usually just a line to get out of a situation. So these type of guys, these are the ones that you cannot date. You literally need to run from them. Yes, you can set in boundaries with them, but you have to be very, very careful, because these type of men are insanely selfish. They only think about themselves. If he's giving something nice to you, it's because the intention is to get something more, to manipulate you in some other way. It's never like, oh, I'm gonna do something nice for Greta. It's more like, I have a bigger bad intention behind this, that like I want to get something from her, and if it's gonna take me like to do something nice in order to get something bigger, I'm gonna do that. These men are really dangerous because we never take accountability, we never take responsibility, we never apologize from their heart. They kind of like very narcissistic, and the narcissistic person is proud of being a narcissist. That's the issue. Like a person that's not selfish, a person that actually cares about others, we feel the guilt. We feel the guilt when we do something. We go like, oh, I should have not done it. How they make it better? I can come to this person and I can apologize. I can make it better. How can I apologize? I need to bring a gift. I need to apologize not to do the thing again. A narcissistic person does not feel guilty. Their goal is how to manipulate you in order to get something from you. They only think about themselves, and they look at the whole world as a game. How can I manipulate her to get that? How can I manipulate this person to get that? And as long as I look as a nice guy, as long as I have this polite image about me, I can get away with anything. This is why be careful with nice guys. Just because he looks decent, just because he's got this nice face that doesn't look like a player face, it doesn't mean he's a good guy. He could be a complete narcissist. Now, how do you figure it out? You figure it out by simply dating a person for longer. People mess up. Over time, people mess up, and you see the red flags. You start to see their personality. You see that we don't really have emotion. You start to see these things. You start to see a lot of, you know what, you start to really see a lot of selfishness. I remember this guy in particular, he was trying to kind of like date me, perhaps like get into a relationship with me, and he felt like he bonded because when I date in a way that I'm telling you to date. And he was sharing a story of his ex. And I usually, I'm from Eastern Europe, so I can hold a poker face really well. You know, like with you ladies, when I'm talking, I show a lot of facial expressions because I lived in UK a long time. My friends are from all over the world, so I learned to show a lot of facial expressions. But because I'm from Lithuania originally, I can be like completely like no expressions, right? So a lot of times when I'm with guys, I choose, do I show expression or I don't, right? So when guys tell me stories that I disapprove on, I don't show any expression. I just listen and I'm a bit blank. If I approve, I'll show expressions. If I disapprove, I'm very blank, so he doesn't know, but he thinks that I'm agreeing, but he doesn't know. Anyway, so he was telling me the story how he had a girlfriend that he was sleeping with, and when he moved and the girl would still travel to him to kind of sleep with him, and when the girl got advice from a good friend, and the friend said like, look, he's using you, like don't sleep with him. And I said, oh, that must have been like, you know, I think I kind of said like, oh wow, you know, something like, but I felt it for the girl. I was like, wow, the girl was like kind of using, you were kind of like, you know, the girl was like, I felt it for the girl, and I did like an expression like kind of like, oh wow, and he took it like I'm showing him empathy, and he replied to me, he said like, yeah, it was really hard for me, meaning I could not use her for sex anymore, so it was really hard for me. And in my head, my mind just like exploded. I kept my poker face, but in my head, I was just thinking, what a piece of, what a piece of, you know, S. Because, like, how narcissistic and selfish you have to be to, like, completely disregard a woman so much that, oh, I can't use her anymore, poor me. You see? So ladies, it's like, in guys that are there to use you, when you behave high value, men want to. Men want to because you're having all these boundaries, you're not overly emotional, you're not wearing your heart on a sleeve, you're a challenge, you're mysterious, you're fun, you're cheeky, you're playful, you know, you're like, guys, we do want you. You're a catch. We see you as a catch, we want you, we're intrigued by you, you know, like we want you. Good guys want you, bad guys want you, like you're the catch. But when it's for you, when you're dating a person and then you see like he's coming after you, it's for you to decide, is this a good man? You know, is this a good man, or is this a complete, total, selfish, narcissistic, person that I should stay away from. And the only way for you to see this is through dating this person for a long period of time. And their selfishness come out. You just start to see it. Even when they do nice things for you, you just start to see it. And then you have to think like, okay, if I get married to this guy, maybe I could handle him because I know how to handle this stuff, but what about the kids? What about if we have a family? And these guys want families. We go like, oh, I want a family. These guys want families as well. We want to marry you. We want a family. But then you have to think, do I want to have the kids and my kids to be same as this guy? Because ladies, if you're gonna have boys, the boys will look at the man as an idol. The boys will pick up things from their father. Even if he hates his father, the boys will still pick up many things from their father. So you have to be smart and think long term. And so these kind of like are the differences between men that are confused about you. There is one guy that's confused because you're not behaving correctly, so he's like, oh, and that's why he's acting like that. And then there's the other type that's confused about you because he's playing games. He's playing the confused game. So again, ladies, I also have High-Value Women Skool. It's only $19 a month. The link is in my bio if you want to join, or I'll put it in the description. And as I said, let me just remind you of my packages. I have one-on-one coaching. So I have, if you want me a breakdown of your situation in an email, it's £50. If you want a breakdown of a situation and attach some screenshots, it's £85. 40 minutes with me, £125. We can talk on a phone and you tell me your whole story and I'll tell you what to do and how to behave, what you should change, what strategy to use, etc. I have packages, the monthly packages, once a week for a month, £400, twice a week for a month, £500, 3 times a week for a month, £700. All the links are on my website, gretaberishita.com. And yeah, ladies, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this live, please leave me a comment after this live. And have a blessed day. Lots of love. Kisses from UK.